seen Peppers. We've seen Peppers taking steps forward as far as grasping concepts this year.
Yeah, I think he just continues to progress, just like you would think he would. He was limited that first week of practice, got out there this last week and shook some of the rust off, and he's been the guy we know he is.
Something specific that you've seen him really improve on from last year?
I think last year he played around the box some last year. He's down there in that position around the box a whole lot more this year, so it's just the comfortability of being down there and seeing those fits and working a lot with the linebackers in that room and the things they do. And, he did that all the way through college, so that's a natural thing for him.
A guy like Briean Boddy-Calhoun.
Yeah.
He's played a lot of corner. I know you guys reasoned with safety a little bit last year.
Yep.
I've seen him back there a lot more this game. What is it that allows him to kind of be able to kind of go between nickel and then also play safety?
His just big picture awareness of ball. At the end of the day, you'd like all guys to have an understanding of the entire system and defense and positionally how those things fit together. That's something that he's got and has at a high level. Kind of a plug-and-play guy. He's got that broad skill set that allows him to do a lot of things and be proficient at a lot of things. And that's where you see us using him in those situations. Like you said, last year playing corner and some safety and nickel, and this year maybe playing a little less corner but playing more safety as a change out there. But, it's a pleasure to have those guys because, they give you the ability to be dynamic in your game planning.
Does he have the best position?
Right now, you see him in there, I think, is working with the ones at nickel. And so that's a big strength for him. And so I wouldn't want to put a cap on him to say that's his best position because I think he can do a lot of things.
How do you see Demarius returning to the position that he played in college, feeling more comfortable?
I think every day you see him become more comfortable again. He was conditioned to do that for all those years in college, and then from the corner position as he's out there the last several years playing corner, it's just a different look at the play. It's a different angle to the ball, and you're out there isolated a lot more. I think where you see him now, he has the ability to see the whole big picture, understand what the quarterback's doing, play those chess matches with the quarterback. And as we all know, he's an athletic guy that when he understands it and sees it well, can go out and get the ball and have some high ball production. Also, I think you've seen in a couple of these scrimmages, because of his athleticism, he has the ability as a tackler to match movement in space, and that's a big thing for anybody who plays back there.
About a lot of guys already who have positional versatility. So, like for you guys to kind of toy around in the lab.
We talked about this in the spring. That's the nice thing that Greg has with this group is you look at all the crossover corner nickels we have, and then you look at Boddy-Calhoun, who's has the ability to play nickel, free safety, corner. Same way with Demarius at free safety, has played nickel, has played corner, and to have those dynamics, that's in Jabrill having played free safety last year and playing strong safety, and all of those things just give you more of a comfort level as you go into each week that you can handle different situations that teams are throwing at you.
What do you make of, as a position coach, what do you make of their whole skirmish with Demarius and last week?
That's two highly competitive dudes competing. I don't get too overly fired up about those things. Those two are great friends off the field, and they're the best, the highest level of competitors on the field. And two guys going out and competing in the heat of practice, those things are going to happen on occasion. I don't read too much into it at all. You're not. No, you want guys to be aggressive, and you want guys to, play their plays and play hard through the whistle and all those things. I don't think you're ever in there, promoting, after play fights and those things. And that's not what I saw it being. I saw two guys in the heat of a moment being competitive and enjoying talking a little bit to each other after the play.
We've talked so much about Jabrill's role, and one of the things last year is he never complained, at least us. He never complained. If there was a mistake, he always took responsibility for it. Never threw anybody under the bus. What does that say about Jabrill? Kind of coming in and embracing that role, taking responsibility for things. When do you just sort of see that?
That says a lot about the. Whether you're talking about Jabrill or anybody in that situation, that says a lot about a man's character, and that he's going to own up to things. He's owned up to things at times that may or may not have been his mistake. that's a great team player. And again, not just specifically talking about Jabrill, but we got a lot of guys like that.
And he's a pretty young guy.
Yeah.
Last year was his rookie year. I'm sure he had a different idea of what he was going to do.
Yep.
I mean, it's just for him to do that at such a young age, too.
No, he's matured a lot, and can't say enough good things about his character.
He just kind of seems, when we talk to him, he's talking about mental reps. He just kind of seems to have it, like he knows when to take the mental reps, how to conduct himself. But then he also gets super fired up, always connecting to it. Can you just tell me him he just seems to be a model teammate.
I mean, you like those guys that play with the kind of energy that he plays with. Again, and I see a lot of those guys doing that. When they're not in for their rep, in fact, they're taking a mental rep. Some of them are less visual in practice in doing that than Jabrill. Jabrill sometimes stands back there behind and does it. A lot of guys are good veterans, stand back there, on the sideline when their rep's not going, and they're playing that play in their mind. As we know, the mind doesn't differentiate between a mental rep and a physical rep. So your mind plays the play the same whether you're out there or not, and I think we have a lot of guys that take that approach.
With Derek, who obviously has been working with the ones that safety.
Yep.
I mean, you guys have just raved about him as a run stopper. What about his coverage skills? Where is he kind of come?
Yeah. In the offseason last year, throughout the summer last year, he played a lot of free safety and, and some big space stuff. And you guys have heard me talk about him before, and Blake works with him a lot right now because of, how much stuff he's doing around the box. And I think he'd tell you, too, that, he's a guy that you love to coach because of the dynamics that he has. And I know he's worked really hard on his coverage things throughout the offseason, and I think you've seen those things improve with not just him, but a lot of guys, taking that next step. If you think about it with him, his rookie year, he was hurt most of the season. So this is, you could say, is going into his second year for the most part. And, he's a fun guy to be around and watch play.
With these young guys second year in the system, do you see that helping them? Do you see them sort of embrace, kind of picking up on things quicker and recognizing some things quicker?
I think that's just a given. I mean, for players, coaches, everybody. Anytime you have more time on task on anything, your comfort level is going to increase, and you can dig finer and finer into the details. And you see that across our team right now. With those guys that are with us last year that are their second year in this scheme, you see them playing faster, seeing them not having to process as much after the ball snap and just reacting. And those are the situations you want to get yourself to.